I am here with my fiance, Chris Howe, and we're going to be talking about how you guys can make money as a photographer and videographer from home.
I am her fiance, that is correct.
That is true. If you are watching this video right now, this week, as it's being released in mid-March 2020, you are very aware of what's going on. So we're in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, COVID-19. Chris and I are quarantined together. Well, sorry, we're not quarantined, we're social distancing. Say it with me. Social distancing. Chris and I were talking, and we thought it would be super helpful for you guys to give you some tips, and some tips, like, we've put these into practice. Some of the tips today will apply to how you can run your business during this social distancing and during your quarantine, and some of these will apply to afterwards. So if you're watching this in the future, there are some other tips for you guys on how to still work from home. If you're stuck at home or you just prefer working from home, then this video is for you. Disclaimer over. We've got a lot of tips for you guys, so we're gonna go through them.
There's so many.
There's a lot, so we're gonna try to go through them pretty quickly. The first one is build websites for other photographers. First of all, you have an eye, you have a creative eye, and if you're running a successful photography or videography business, then you understand what your clients are looking for. For someone who's just starting out, you can be there for them to help them set up that website, help them get their initial sales. You can, and it's super easy to do that now. You can use sites like Squarespace, for example, and I mean, that's what I use to build my own website, and I'm pretty sure that's what you use as well. But the most important thing is that you can do this from home, you can do this with your laptop or whatever computer you have, and you can make money on your couch. And that leads to one of our other points, which is consulting. You can consult for other companies that are still in business during COVID-19. You can consult these businesses on how to run the media production side of their company, what photos would look great on their website. You can give those insights and that information and that expertise to existing businesses.
So you're not just a photographer anymore, you're a photographer and consultant. Yeah, I think it's important to remember that you as a creative do not give away your creative ideas for free. That is worth something, that has a price tag attached to it. So your insights on either a business side of it or the creative side of it, or in any aspect of photography, is worth money. So don't let other people take advantage of you and get things for free. You can charge something for that.
Tip number 3. This isn't necessarily something we've done, but when we came up with this idea, we were like, holy crap. What you need to do is go back to your existing clients, or go back to clients that you've actually shot for in the past. Take those photos, and you can actually partner with a graphic designer or learn those same skills yourself and say, hey, I can actually format all of these photos I've already taken for you for web, and pitch them for their own personal website. So that's like a web banner.
Yeah, it's almost like an upsell. So instead of going out and shooting new content that's specifically for those different assets, you're repurposing the content that you already have and reformatting it so that it can live in different places for your existing clients. So rather than them working with a graphic designer, you can be that graphic designer or work with somebody in your community to go and format all those things so that you're creating an upsell and making some more money. The next, and one of probably the most obvious ways to make a little extra cash while you're at home, is to start uploading to stock websites, whether it's photos or video clips. The stronger side of this is obviously on the video side, because video is in more demand these days. You can get a higher price point. So go and shoot some stuff at home. Try to shoot some scenes that you think could be applicable to future situations or stock websites. Look what's in demand. Join the Facebook groups that are out there for stock websites. Now, the website that I use is blackbox.global. Essentially what that website does is you upload your stock content to that website. It distributes it to all the stock websites. It collects the money and then gives you the money back from all the different websites rather than you individually uploading it to those sites. So that's the website I would recommend. If you guys want to find out more, I did a whole video on this, so you can press that button there. But stock video and shooting while you're at home right now could be a really good use of your time.
You're a photographer or a videographer. You absolutely have skills. You probably know what you're best at, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and list all the things you could possibly be good at, but let's say one of those things is editing photos. That's 100% a skill that, I mean, I can do that, you can do that. You can go on a Fiverr, go on to Upwork, and then tell people like, hey, I can do this for you. and you can make some side money at home. So you're not out taking new photos, but people can still be sending you photos for you to edit or sending you video for you to edit.
This is good too if you're not just trying to get business locally. Like, it's important to try to get international clients, and this is a good way to showcase to the world your skill set of what you can do. So whether it's actually posting and trying to shoot those photos because the client's looking to have some photos shot indoors, maybe it's product photography and or photo editing, you can offer those services and find the job listings that are out there so you can get some extra jobs.
Fiverr, Upwork.
There's a whole list of websites.
There's way more.
We'll put a giant list below.
Here's a fun one. Remember when we were talking about how it's easier to make that second sale? Well, comb through all your raw photos and then go back to your client and say, hey, you need any of these? Or, hey, would you like to license these photos for a discounted rate? And if you're not doing this, if you're like, hey, I already just gave all the photos from my shoot to my client, like I gave them all of them, I have nothing left to give them, you shouldn't be doing that.
Stop doing that.
Stop doing that right now. Every time you go on a shoot, you should be like, hey, you're gonna get 10 edited photos, bingo, bango,
not
done.
1,000 photos like this where it's like,
they don't need all of that. Give them the 10 photos they want, the 20 photos they want, and that's it. But I'm sure you still have some other little gold nuggets in with the rest of those raws. So that's when you go back to your client and you're like, hey, you sure you don't want any of these for something else? I feel like you've used those ones a lot. You want a couple more? So if you're kind of strapped for cash and you want to book something quickly, then this is a great option for you.
a good way of getting some money up front is actually pre-selling for future jobs. So what I would recommend doing is create a couple packages. Why don't you say like, hey, I'm offering a package deal right now. You buy 5 videos, get 1 video free.
So we're thinking into the future right now for all of you COVID-19ers with us. We're thinking into good times in the future. We can go outside again and we're all healthy and happy. So you can sell those packages soon, or you could try now.
Well, a lot of companies are offering discounts, as you can see right now. So if you create incentives for your clients, there's a good chance that they'll also want to buy. So whether you're selling it for buy 5, get 1 free, but you still are collecting like a 25% down payment on all those videos, at least you have something locked in. And it's the same when you're booking a wedding. You're gonna take that down payment for those future jobs so you can hold those dates and hold those projects.
Going back to that idea of passive income. So this is gonna work really well for you right now. You've got tons of free time. You need to sell something online. You can create digital products. So this could be anything from a Lightroom. Are you mimicking me? This could be anything from a Lightroom preset pack, or you could take a bunch of your photos, a bunch of photos that would be really great as backdrops, and you could put together a little backdrop pack. So people could use that for their websites, or people could use that for a backdrop on their computer, or whatever.
Find different websites like Sellfy to sell these digital products so that you can offer these things out into the world so that people are buying these things that are just digital assets. Like Lizzie said, Lightroom presets, LUTs, different photos, maybe a music pack, whatever your special download can be, offer it either at like $1, $20, $50, make some coin. Okay, so the next one is selling a course. Now, when I first started my business, 2nd year into my business, I actually got an email asking, hey, can you teach a course here at our corporate offices? And I was like, photo course? I never even thought about that, but there are people out there who know nothing about photography, know nothing about social media, literally no zip, zada, nothing. And because you know something, that puts you in a position of power, which means that you can start selling that knowledge for a price. So turn that course into an online course that people can sign up for. Have some sort of skill set. Maybe you're gonna teach everybody about how to do a certain type of glowy type of photo editing, or maybe you're teaching people how to use a Sony camera from switching from photo to video.
And you don't always have to, here's the thing, like a lot of people feel like, hey, I'm not the best at everything, so what right do I have to go and teach people this thing? At the end of the day, if you've been shooting video for a few years, you know more than someone who has just picked up a camera. So you always have something to teach and you always have some insights to share. Once again, we're gonna blast into the future right on over there. We're
trapped.
What's that movie called? Oh, we're gonna
Back
go
to the future.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. We're gonna go back back to the future right now, and we're gonna imagine a time when we don't have to social distance anymore, and you can create your very own home studio where you can shoot portraits for people. This can be anything from LinkedIn to the infamous Tinder. You could take photos of product, you could take photos of people's pets, babies, whatever you want.
Or do something similar to our friend Joelle, who set up a home studio.
Yes,
so
she's
that
doing self-tapes for auditions. Yeah. So it's totally up to you how you want to use that home studio, but you don't have to leave your house if you have a home studio.
One of the last ones that can be fun, this is obviously a bit more of like a gamble and a risk on this, but is entering photo contests. And some photo contests actually have some rewards, anything from cash prizes to just like equipment. But you know, this is a good chance for you to actually turn those photos that you already have, submit them for some sort of grand prize, and hopefully that you'll win. And even if you just win, let's say like a camera or something else, you can always go off and sell that thing for some cash. So this is a good way to convert your photos into actual money.
Thanks guys for watching this video. Thank you so much, Chris, for joining me on my channel.
Thanks
Please go check out his channel if you haven't already. It's okay, it's so-so. For everyone else who is at home during this COVID-19 pandemic, I hope you guys are staying home, staying safe, and we're thinking about you. Everyone is going through the same thing. So it's funny that through social distancing, we're actually all very united in this and going through very similar things. So we're thinking about you.
Love it. Bye.